So, time for me to start talking and stuff. Ah! So, we got the booty spawned in. We got two ships called Dot, which is cheeky, but yep. So we got on this side we got a schooner and a cutter, and on the other side we got a schooner and a carrack. So exactly the same layout as all the previous rounds. So Spartan's gonna focus pretty hard here, especially with the change shots. I'm going a lot of change shots at him. And they only got one guy to fix the sails. Holy change shot. It seems like the Russians has the upper edge here in terms of cannons. They seem to get more fired. Also, it looks quite a lot like the Russians are getting first to the booty. My prediction for this map is that the Russians are gonna win. And right now, definitely looks like it. So they're actually both on the island now. Yeah. Looks like we might get to see some combat here. Oh yeah. Looks like GT has the upper edge in close quarter combat. So the Russians are gonna have to use that. What? Wow, that was unexpected. So that carrack just fired off 2 shots into nothing. I like deloading some grapples. The thing is, Oliver in his cutter has a definite speed advantage over that cutter, but what the Russians can do is come from the other side of the schooner that has the speed. So it seems right now to me that yeah, they weren't gonna let them. So it's better for GT to just die than to let them grapple and win that. So what GT might be going for here is the same thing I did last round with a 2-minute reset. Yep. I need to is pretty nicely done. So the Russians got a very definite advantage right now. So they're loading up the booty to the schooner, that's the obvious choice, given that's the fastest of the two ships. So now it's interesting to see what GT is going to do about that. For now it seems like they're just going full ham on the cannons. Which can work if they can sink a ship. But it doesn't look like they're sinking a ship right now. So this is definitely the foggy map. So that's the island they have to deliver to. And GT is making sure to be in between. Yeah, so right now the Russians are forced to go through DT in order to deliver them. And that's going to be difficult. So the Russians have to sink DT again. They're doing quite good right now. GT schooner is not doing too good right now. Definitely not doing too good. Lots of fire, lots of hull, lots of sinking. If the Russians can get this one down, they got the booty. They keep dying. Yep. So that is trouble for GT. What are they doing? So GT's currently fleeing back to, this is the island that the Russians have to deliver the booty on. Currently fleeing back to that for unknown reason. They might want to drop some people off there, I don't know. So the Russians are definitely flying on, as they should. Seems like just camping there to shoot some cannons. So Spartan is now coming in another schooner. He spawned a schooner again. So it seems like basically no one is diverging from their initial tactics in terms of ship selection. The Russians definitely should be able to get this booty in. Like, they got the two ships. They got a pretty much clear coast. There's definitely gonna be some battle on the island now. Maybe not. Yep, definitely gonna be some battle here. We got a lot of names. Doing quite well, actually. Nicely done by GT, but I think it's just buying them. I think it's just delaying things. That's all they're doing. Like, they only got one ship now. So what you're gonna do? Like, Spartan can drop off another load and maybe repeat the trick, but in the end the Russians are gonna hand in the booty anyway. Why not just get it over with?
The pirates
That's a
have
capture.
captured the booty!
Nicely done by the Russians. Nicely done. So they're just sinking ships to get some supplies. So now, yeah, the Russians are definitely just waiting for next booty to show up. And GT seems to be following that tactic too, so... not much is gonna happen here for a while. So it seems GT made a gamble and went towards one of the booty islands. That gamble paid off. They're way closer now. So GT has a definite possibility here of getting to the booty first, but as we've seen a lot, getting to the booty first does definitely not mean you're gonna capture it. So they got a man on the island. Shots by GT here. Going out of cover, taking shots. Now Oliver is going out of cover, not taking shots. Just going back. So... not sure what the Russians are doing. They should... so that is the base GT has to go to. So the Russians should position themselves somewhere in between GT and that base. They are slowly doing that. Slowly. So GT has the booty secured. Now they need to get past the wrath of the Russians before they can win the game. And wow, the wrath of the Russian is heavy. God the hell. They're being hammered. Yeah, they're going defensive, using Oliver's meat shield so Spartan can survive. But now Oliver is being hammered pretty good. The Russians definitely have the cannon advantage here, that's for sure. Wow. Yeah, the Russians are just way ahead on cannons here. They might even sink Spartan. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is not looking good for Spartan. He definitely needs all of it to be blocking his meat shield. Wait, they made a recovery. Apparently managed to get up. They don't need the meat shield that much anymore. But they're still being hammered. At this point, one thing they can hope is the Russians running out of supplies. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, so... yeah. Definitely a tough spot for GT here. They've been forced to retreat, which is not the way they wanna go. And as good as it says in the stream comments, yeah, the Russians are way ahead on animal consumption. Which, yeah, that's one thing GT can hope for. The Russians are using so much ammo that in the end they can just sail by, shoot a few shots and then deliver. But the Russians are better than that. Let's check up here. So GT is not really making much progress towards the capture island. He managed to set a schooner on fire, but then nowhere near sinking this thing. And that is bad for GT, that is bad. Seems like they got some missing coordination in picking up the booty. So the Russians might just want to waste time here. They got the first booty capture. So one valid tactic is just to make sure that GT doesn't capture the booty. Like, it's only secondary to actually capture the booty for the Russians. The first priority is just that GT doesn't. So yeah, and I don't remember about Russians and rebuilding ship. I don't remember if they did that, but they have done that a lot. I don't remember if they did it this round. Yeah, so Oliver's... right now he's doing what he can, which is going away from the Russian capture zone, without going too far away from their own. So if Oliver can just keep that broadside up. I think Oliver should do right turn and then do right side broadside as much as he can while heading towards Spartan. That's about what he should do right now. And maybe back to fleeing. Those Russians are good at sinking ships. but... So we're halfway through the round now. We've only seen a single booty capture. And that booty here is not gonna get captured by anyone anytime soon. So I think... if the Russians are able to sink this ship, which is gonna be tricky. Then the Russians might win by that, but otherwise... This round might take the full 40 minutes. The Russians are going in, the Russians are going in. We're gonna see some action here. This is looking good. This is... wow. 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 So GT went for the... don't give the Russians any supplies. So now the Russians have a long drive home. But the thing is, they don't even need to make that. They actually just need to make sure that GT doesn't get the booty. So they can... oops. They can just play it safe here if they want to. So currently, because I touched the rigging, my camera is following the ship. If I can find an island somewhere to touch, then I can fix that. Action here. GT has managed to pretty well catch up now. The Russians are trying to repair the sails, but the slow carrick means that GT is able to catch up here. I wonder what they're gonna do. They might go for the full-on grapple. Looks like they're gonna... yeah, the Russians are taking the grapple now. The Russians should release that if they can. Looks like they are. Yeah, they definitely released GT's gun. So managed to start that. And we got a decent... GT's winning quite a lot, but... there's way too much happening here. So we got GT losing over here, we got GT winning over here. Okay, we still got the booty with the Russians. Hasn't changed. Got more grapples on an already grappled ship. Crow's Nest battle. This is just chaos. This battle seems to be almost done, and this seems to be the action right now. Except there's literally no action here. Holy hell. So they might be able to sink this booty carrier, GT. If they're able to do that, then they're back in the game. But the Russians, they're good repair crew. They could be accurate. Are they good enough to handle this? Don't think so. Yeah, they're not. Second one probably also going down. Yep. That was a nice long persistent shot. Now GT has to hurry up. GT needs to get the booty to the base within the 12.5 minutes that's left of the round. That might sound easy if the Russians on the other side not necessarily going to be. So the Russians just sank another ship. The Russians just sank 2 other ships. What that means is the Russians, they're gonna play the long game here. They want to shoot lots and lots of cannonballs. So when... And they have time to do that because we're so far away here. Oh, maybe not. No. Wait, GT might get this. Wait, are we that close to... Okay. Apparently we're way closer to the... Wow. Yeah, the Russians are just waiting for the next one. They gave up on this one, waiting for the next one. I had expected the Russians to try and stop GT, because right now GT's gonna capture, and then they're gonna have a last capture. Whoever captures last, in case of a draw, wins. So, after the booty has been delivered, and after the 90 seconds has passed after that, the Russians are gonna need to capture a booty pretty quick. They're gonna have less than 10 minutes to get to the booty, grab the booty, capture the booty.
The Navy have captured the booty!
GT in the way, I don't think that's gonna happen, so I think GT has to match. So yeah. I think the only chance the Russians have, which seems to be what they're doing, is take a gamble on where the booty's gonna spawn. And then hope that's the right one, and then hope for a quick booty capture. Because right now, so the Russians are heading definitely towards one of the booty islands, and if the booty ends up not being there, then it's basically game. And it's on the other island. And this is 2 Russian ships turning around pretty quick. So what the Russians could do here, which might have been quicker, was actually to just abandon the ship and spawn a new one, because the spawn is closer to the other booty island than this location. So right now GT has the edge. I'm gonna see... So right now GT just wants to make sure that the Russians don't get the booty. And that is by doing exactly what they are doing, just delivering as many cannon shots into them as humanly possible. Because GT needs to get to the booty, and they can't get to the booty and shoot the cannonballs at the same time. Yeah. And now, yeah, GT got this. GT got this. You just need to be defensive from here. Like with all the respawnings the Russians did, they should have enough supplies. But yeah, they're not gonna make it. Gonna switch to GT and see if they actually want to try to get the booty. Because it doesn't really look like it. Looks like GT is just trying to deliver. Wait, no? Oh, they might actually be trying to get the booty. That could be a solid victory for GT if they can manage to get the booty and get it back to their base. And win a decisive win, instead of just this, oh, it's a draw on who captures last. So yeah. Looks like GT want to capture another booty. So GT could just take the booty and then make a run forward in the opposite directions of the Russians. And then be very sure to win. I don't think they're gonna do that though, but I highly doubt they'll be able to get the booty to their island in time. They only had 5 minutes to do it and they got a lot of Russians in the way. Spartan doing?
Time is running out! We have to do something!
I'd expect GT to be more defensive, but they're pretty much going for it right now. Wow. Spartan's horde here is gonna have some speed issues with how much on fire it is. But then again, the schooner that's chasing them has about the same amount of issues, so... I need to get a guy in the sails. I need to get a guy in the sails. There we go. Got a guy in the sails. Wow. Can we get a grapple? We got a grapple. GT doesn't really look to be winning this one. Nope. Wait. Huh. We got some more Russians coming in. Wow. Wow. Holy hell. And we got a... Yeah, I was very wrong. Very wrong. GT had that. Bloody hell, I expected the Russians to take that one. Oh shit. Okay, apparently I'm stuck in Russia now. Let's keep this viewpoint then. So GT might actually be able to deliver the loot. They got a while to do it. I should definitely try. So here we got 2 guys left on the Russian side, and we got 2 guys left on the Navy side. So those are the 2 Russians, and that's a Navy? I don't know where they are, guys. So it looks like GT is gonna win this. I'm surprised by that.
The Navy have captured the booty!